and who you are at your core, who you are at your heart. There are deals I've turned down, 40, 50, 60,000 deals. I said no. And I turned them down because they didn't line up with me.
Melody, that was some fantastic advice you gave to entrepreneurs. Get rid of the weak links. Focus on what you have to do. Don't worry about what anyone else is saying about how you're moving and how you operate. That you got to focus on what you got to do. Super helpful
Absolutely.
tips.
Like everything. So
Hello and welcome to this episode of Class is in Session. I'm your host, Ashley Stevens, and this show on Black Enterprise highlights the latest happenings inside HBCU classrooms, public policy issues facing these historic institutions. We take a look at the business side of HBCU sports, and we also shine a light on HBCU alum, leaders, and students who are making major moves, particularly in business and the arts. Y'all, I couldn't be more excited today about this special guest. Melody Shari is a multi-millionaire businesswoman, a beauty and wellness mogul, singer, philanthropist, a multi-hyphenate entrepreneur. And y'all, she looks familiar. That's because she stars on the OWN hit reality show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So listen, this Alabama A&M alum is here to discuss her growing businesses, self-care, motherhood, and how, even after completely starting over after divorce, she was able to come back bigger, better, still standing on business, and empowering other entrepreneurs in the process. Hello and welcome, Melody Shari.
hello, and hi everyone who's watching. How are you doing? You look so beautiful.
I appreciate that. Listen, same to you. I'm loving the hot pink over here. I love it.
Thank you.
Listen, we're
Thank
just
you.
trying bringing the sunshine over here, and you do that. You are always turning up the heat on TV and your music videos. Listen, I saw your music video, Nobody's Business, just hit more than 1 million views. Congratulations to
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much. Music really just has been one of those things that's been an amazing outlet for me, a way for me to kind of share my emotions, share where I am, and also put out music where other people are able to relate. So I have enjoyed my music journey. It's been great. And actually, today is the day I actually dropped my first single, Telltale Signs, the video. It was 2021 today.
Wow, that's a big
Yeah.
milestone. That's exciting
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you. And it has hit 1 million views too on
Oh, go
YouTube.
ahead, Melody. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody mad at you. Listen, go ahead, 1 million views. Listen, so tell us, is the music, is this a part of a bigger project? Do you have an album that's already out or one that's in the works?
So my original plan, actually, when I dropped Telltale Signs, the song back in 2021, I was like, okay, I'm going to drop a couple of singles, then I'm going to drop an EP, and then eventually I'll do an album. But if I can be honest, I've kind of put music a little bit on the back burner in the sense of I have so many other things going. I don't get to go into the studio as much as I would like to. So I only get to go in there, every now and then, because I do also have four beautiful babies too. And so I haven't been able to do an entire album yet because, I tell people all the time, I don't push balance, I push prioritizing. So when it comes to my priorities, music's not at the top.
That's interesting you said that because I actually did want to ask you about that. For
Mhm.
some who do know you from TV, but they may not know all the other things and the hats you wear. You teach master classes in real estate and business. Obviously, you star in a hit reality show. You're a fashion model, music artist. You own a cosmetics line. So I wanted to ask how you balance it all, but it sounds like to you it's not necessarily balance, it's about prioritization. So tell us a little bit more about how you do all you do.
So that's a very good question. So for one, every second of the day matters. I tell people all the time, you got to get up, you got to get moving. Every second matters. I've been in those situations where at the end of the day, I thought, man, if I could have just gotten up an hour earlier, or man, if I had have just instead of taking this nap or done something else, I could have gotten all my really important tasks done. I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling. So I make sure that every second of my day counts. And prioritizing, yeah, like if I have a business report that's due today, that may be the priority. Or if my pumpkin is sick, that becomes a priority, right? I'm gonna go get my pumpkin from school and take him to the doctor and do that part. So I literally do prioritize, and I make every second count. Like yesterday, I was live a few times yesterday. So they were following me through packing orders, picking up pumpkins from school. I took one to tennis, rushed home, hurried up, and made on live jumbo stuffed pasta shells for dinner. Then ran out and picked her back up from tennis, right? Went to an open house at my middle schoolers open house. She started middle school this year. Then
Wow.
came home, put the croissants in the oven to go with the jumbo pasta shells, and we ate, showered, homework, right? So every second matters. Yeah.
Literally. That's a
Yeah.
lot. I commend you because, like I said, you wear so many hats. You do it all fabulously. And I actually do
Thank
want to talk
you.
about the fashion a little bit later because I was so excited to see your line with Jay Bolin. But before we get into that, I want to talk about just a little bit about your background. You're an Alabama native, and I want to know why you chose an HBCU in your home state. Tell us about that.
Oh man, so I am from Alabama, born and raised, very small town, one red light, Brundage, Alabama, but truly a community where there's always just been so much love and everybody really feels like family, right? And so I remember as I was entering my senior year, I had several applications, that I was filling out, graduated salutatorian of my class. And I literally decided that I wanted to go to an HBCU. That was, and I didn't submit applications only to, I was doing Yale, I was doing several colleges, right? And I was like, you know what? I want to go to an HBCU. And so then from there came the pressure because my brother graduated from Tuskegee, my father graduated from Tuskegee. So I was getting the pressure from them to, go to Tuskegee University. And I was like, that's too close to home. That's only an hour and a half away from home. Nope. So then the next part for me became I knew a lot of people from Brundage who came to Alabama A&M University, always spoke how Huntsville is a place where a lot of blacks are successful, doing their thing in their careers, and I just knew a lot of people who went to A&M. So I was like, you know what? A&M is away from home, not too far away from home. I've made up in my mind that I want to attend an HBCU. And then I applied to A&M, got a full scholarship, academic scholarship, and then I came on up. I graduated in May. I started summer school. I want to say it was the last week of May, first week of June.
Wow. So you kept rolling and A&M was your choice. Tell us how
Yeah.
Alabama A&M, your HBCU, helped prepare you for the businesswoman that you are today.
It was just so phenomenal to be around and see and be inspired, right, by so many of my black professors who I could say, hey, that they look like me, and they're successful. They're teaching here at this university, right? Highly educated, and that really was an inspiration for me. And I think that being there amongst scholars, right, and even some of my peers, because I had peers from all over the country who came to Alabama A&M, and just being introduced as well and seeing other people being successful definitely helped me to know what it looks like, right, to be a successful businesswoman.
Got it. That is important to see other people in that space who are doing great
Mm-hmm.
things. And now, obviously, you are one of them, an outstanding alumna.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
Melody, when we think about today's world where a lot of folks are self made entrepreneurs who might
Mm-hmm.
not have a college degree, to you, what is the importance of still pursuing a higher education?
So I think the importance is showing that you can and pushing yourself to start something and finish it. My degree is in English education. Will I ever probably go back into the middle school classroom? Probably not, right? But I was challenged and learned so many other valuable thinking tools, thinking skills, tactics, learning how to challenge my mind to think a certain way because mindset is super important. So receiving a higher education still allowed me to be in the position to where now I can do everything I'm doing, be successful in it. I can write up a report and do that grammatically correct, right? I can go stand in front of thousands because guess what? You had to take speech. That was one of your electives or whatever that we had to do while we were at A&M. And so doing all those different things, it's experiences. And I truly believe that experiences really push you and challenge you to be your best self.
Got it. Love to hear that. Do you still go back to homecomings and support your HBCU?
So not in that way. I never was a big homecoming person though. Even whenever I was at A&M, I think I went to one homecoming, but I do support in other ways. So like for example, recently I went and visited some of the female dorms. There was an event that they had where all the ladies came in and I was the guest speaker, and I went in, talked about self love, self care, gave each of them a gift, and prayed with them as well. So I do give back, not necessarily about going to the homecoming, but I do still show up because I am thankful for my experience at A&M.
And that's powerful because those are moments and memories, that those young ladies will forever cherish, right? That you have
Yeah,
shown up
yeah,
to impart wisdom and prayer
yeah.
into them as well. So that's really important.
Thank
Kudos to
you.
you.
Thank you.
Kudos to you. I'm glad to hear how your education helped, to set the foundation for you as a businesswoman. So let's get into the business aspect a little bit. You will start with the show because, right, obviously folks know you from Love and Marriage Huntsville. How
Mhm.
many seasons has the show been on the air now?
So technically, this is season 5. They
Okay.
kind of break up our seasons into A, B, and one time I think there was even a C. So it feels like we're in about season 9. Okay.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I think it's been 8. Like in my
Yeah.
mind.
Uh-huh. But
Okay.
technically it's season 5. So, starting filming for Love and Marriage Huntsville in 2018, that's 6 years ago. So literally I have been a part of Love and Marriage Huntsville since its inception, 6 years now. And then for me, even before that, for an entire 3 years prior, really pitching and selling Huntsville and selling the idea of this show to an executive producer, to get it picked up by a network. So I could say, oh, 6 years. Really, for me, it's more like 9.
Mhm,
It's more
mhm.
like 9. So but I'm thankful to God for everything that He's done and everything He's doing, and definitely, surely thankful for the platform.
Right. Well, let's talk about the platform because listen, as you
Yeah.
mentioned, you pitched the show, and the
Mm-hmm.
vision obviously was to highlight successful Black couples building businesses together. And as we've seen over several seasons, that happens for sure. But it
Yeah.
took an unexpected turn when your most private moments have played out on a national scene, global scene, even. With infidelity. Your ex-husband having a child outside the marriage, while you were also managing friendships, business partnerships, brand deals, and being a mother. Did you ever at any point, Melody, consider stop taping the show to live your life privately? Or was it important for you to continue to tape so that people could see your resilience?
Oh yeah. So absolutely. Definitely had my moments, where I was considering not doing the show. Even in the beginning in 2018, when we were supposed to start filming and when the show got picked up that summer, I had just found out that this affair was still taking place and I wasn't going to do the show at all. Like, I was like, nope, no, thank you, not going to do it. Ended up, after some conversations, ended up continuing on with the show anyway. But even after that, I definitely had my moments where I was like, I don't really think that I want to do it anymore, because it is a lot. It is a lot. And when you're putting your life on front street, so to speak, it opens up for so many people to have opinions, and rightfully so. Like, I'm that person, I feel like, if you come to reality TV, it is what it is. You got to take it. It is what it is. So definitely receiving opinions, but I also, outside of backlash and opinions, I've received a lot of support. I received a lot of love. A lot of people who have become prayer warriors, standing in the gap for me. So living my truth out loud, I will say, is not anything that I regret.
Got it. That's a big deal. I mean, because it takes a lot. Most people can't relate to the things that they go through being literally, quote, put on Front Street, for millions of
Mhm.
people to see. And you all have continued on to share the story. Let's talk a little bit about how you've protected your mental health and your peace.
Yeah.
Obviously, your private life is now a very pivotal part of the storyline of the show.
Mhm.
Um, and tell us about, again, your self care, what you do for your
Yeah.
emotional preservation, and also, I've heard you recently talk about the importance of, providing therapy for your children, the importance of
Yes.
that and what it means to them.
Absolutely. So I'm a huge advocate for therapy. And so once I walked away from my situation, I started therapy. I put my children in therapy as well because I wasn't going to be naive to think that, they would not be affected too. If I'm an adult and I'm affected, imagine the babies, right? So I put them in therapy too. It has been just very paramount, honestly, in me being where I am. I've also, in that, learned how to set boundaries. So, setting those boundaries, knowing when to cut off certain things a little quicker. If I feel like it does not align with my purpose, whether that's relationships, friendships, or whatever, situationships, workships, if it does not align with my purpose, I'm a little more quick to remove those things. You don't stay connected to situations that is causing mental anguish or causing you to not be at peace. And I think that for probably about 2 years, I spent more time alone than I'd ever spent my whole life. And spending that time alone with myself, doing self-care, massage therapy. I usually get a massage about every week. That's the one time when my mind, body, and soul are all on one accord because you're not getting up, you're not going anywhere, you just gonna sit still, right? So incorporating those things and spending time alone and really learning who is Melody, right? Because I got married at 22. So it was important for me to sit back and say, okay, who is Melody? What does she desire in life? Where does she want to go? And what's the roadmap to get there? So I took about 2 years to just really focus, I wasn't, oh, let me hurry up and go get with somebody and get married again or anything like that. I just really wanted to focus on my healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy, self-care, and some time alone definitely contributed highly to that.
Got it. I'm glad you were able to kind of focus on you and get back to you, and also for your
Hmm.
children as well, making sure that they have therapy and support because obviously
Absolutely.
they've seen all of this play out, nationally,
Yeah.
and even in the home they've seen it play out as well.
Yeah.
You talked about, Melody, about the importance of setting boundaries. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
In the business world in particular, you're
Hmm.
teaching classes in real estate, property preservation, and business. Let's talk a little bit about, tell us about some of the courses that you're developing for this new generation of entrepreneurs. Tell us about that.
For sure. So, my first business where so I've been working for myself since 25, and my first business was in property preservation, which is really where you are managing foreclosed properties for banks. And that's where I did my first million and then eventually turned it into a multi-million company in 3 years. So, by, 28, 29. So, now I stayed in that industry for about 10 years, and now I have the pleasure of teaching others how to get into the game of property preservation, which is a multi-billion dollar industry. It's a national industry, so I teach by way of Zoom. And I started this course in 2020, and to date, I've created over about 900 entrepreneurs all across the country. And so I enjoy teaching them and just really, because a lot of times we've heard, oh, nobody wants to tell me, nobody wants to share information, nobody wants to share knowledge, right? Well, that's not true. There are some people who want to see other people win. So it has been great. Some of my students have been able to resign from their 9 to 5s. Some of them have been able to make over 200K plus their first year in the industry. And so I'm enjoying really showing and teaching people the ropes of the business of property preservation that's always going to be around because there are always going to be foreclosures because people lose jobs, people die, people get divorces. Sometimes people just walk away from their homes and want to start a new life. So it's a business that will always be here.
Got it. That's a big deal. Melody, where can folks find out about these property preservation courses that you teach?
So, masterclasswithmelody.com. Masterclasswithmelody.com. The next class starts September 9th. I'm currently running a half off special. So it's 1500 versus 3K. It's a 5-week program. So
Hmm.
come in, be ready to learn, be ready to work. And let me help you get to the bag.
Love, help me get to the bag. I like that. I think our audience would like to hear that as well. Speaking of the bag, Melody, your
Mhm.
bags have grown because you've got so many, your hands are on so many different things that are prospering, that are blessed, that are successful. So as your businesses have grown, tell us about the financial team you've had to put in place.
So, what my main part of my financial team is my accountant, of course. And I've had the same accountant for many, many, many years. And I don't take lightly when it comes to making sure you're paying your taxes. Making sure you're taking care of business, because at the end of the day, you gotta pay Uncle Sam his money. You got to. It is what it is, right? So that has been one of the main things for me, and having an accountant who has literally been part of my life since I was 22, 23. So
Wow.
knows me very well. I can run ideas. Hey, I'm thinking of doing this. How should I set this up? That has been crucial for sure.
Got it, got it. And so on that same topic, how do you teach your children about financial education?
Absolutely. So the first thing I teach them about financial education is learning how to get to the money too. So so they spend a lot of time with me, and I say that because everybody who follows me have seen my children packing orders. They've seen my children knowing what products are for my beauty brand, understanding and first grasping, oh, there are avenues to make money. Never feel like you can't make money. Making money allows you to make purchases that can build wealth, right? So I talk to them all the time. I spend a lot of time talking to my children about not overspending, but you don't really need that, so we don't have to get there, right? What's something else we can, like, just yesterday I said it on live. My daughter was like, we were in the kitchen talking, and my oldest daughter, she's 12, and she was like, she said, I'm in the bloodline of standing on business. I said, okay,
Okay.
Mariah,
What?
okay. And she was like, that was good, wasn't it? I said, girl, that was pretty good. And she was like, oh, I'm gonna have me a shirt. I said, you know what? Mommy's gonna get you a mock-up for the shirt. You can tell me which one you like, and we're gonna sell your shirt, right? So they're all ready, because here's the thing. So I had Mariah when I was 25. I had already resigned from teaching. So
Mhm.
my children have been around nothing but seeing their parents as entrepreneurs. That's all they know. Those are the conversations they hear. They've been to business meetings, they've been to bank closings, they've been to properties, right? That's all they've seen, that's all they know. So it's naturally just in them, right? And so then once you've naturally and shown them by way of seeing how you move, how you handle business, how to get to the bag, then comes the conversations of, okay, now how do you retain the wealth?
Mm, mm. That's important. That's absolutely
Mm-hmm.
important. So your
Yeah.
children already have a concept of what generational wealth will look like for your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, they do. And it's so funny because sometimes my oldest two, Mariah and Tank, who are 12 and 11, they'll talk about how Tank's going to be a home builder, Mariah's going to be an interior designer, and they're going to have this thing together. They even talking about having a big home with the different wings and all this. And I said, now look, now y'all, we going to see, because y'all halfway get along. So, but okay, if y'all like it, I love it. But literally, that's what they think about. That's where their mindset is.
I love that even as young people, they have a vision, they have an entrepreneurial mindset because they see you doing it,
Yeah.
right? They have
Yeah.
seen your parents are entrepreneurs, they've seen you all the highs and lows of businesses and really nothing but growth at this point. You've got
Yeah.
so many businesses happening. Melody, I want to touch on those just a little bit. Fashion and beauty. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't go to Melody's Instagram page and to Stylist J Bolin, first of all, I'm just my mind is still blown because the line is so fire. So tell us how you linked up with stylist Jay Bolin and about the fashion line that's in your name.
So literally, Jay Bolin styled me. I think for the first time may have been in 2015 or 2016, maybe. I was hosting the red carpet for a gala here in Huntsville. Actually, it was like the 100 Black Men Gala. And so he styled me for that because we shared a manager. So we shared a manager. He styled me for the event, and we just stayed in contact ever since. Great energy, great vibe. And so then it became, he rolled out his clothing line and all of that. And then it was like, oh, let's do some collaboration. And we just got in there, worked together, curating pieces that we know the audience will love. I get in there and model and show what they can look like on. And they buy them out every time. They sell out every time.
I believe the looks are they're phenomenal. They are
Thank you.
absolutely phenomenal. I
Thank
love
you.
that. I love that y'all have a partnership. I love to see it, seriously. And I love to see
Yeah.
just a Black man. He's always doing positive things, and just
He
his looks are so
is.
classy. They're
Oh,
regal. They fit every model. Everyone he's worked
yeah.
with, it fits their personality, their style. Like, I love it. I
When I
love it.
tell you Jay Boland's energy is so amazing, oh my gosh, he is one of the sweetest, kindest, most professional people you'll ever meet. I mean,
Mm,
just a heart of gold, just a heart
yeah.
of gold.
I believe it.
Hmm.
I'm so glad you have gotten to work together. So you've done fashion, right? Let's talk about
Mhm.
beauty. You have a skincare and cosmetics line, Seventh Avenue Beauty. Where did the idea come from, and what makes this line unique?
So I started working on my beauty brand back in 2018. Due to the divorce, ended up dissolving. It was Embrace Beauty at the time, and I relaunched my business under Seventh Avenue Beauty. I grew up on Seventh Avenue, so my small hometown I talked about. I grew up on Seventh Avenue, and so I named it Seventh Avenue Beauty, where I learned the importance of skincare, health care, hair care, right? And the unique part about our beauty brand and how and why it's been able to go from an entire start over to a multi-million dollar business is literally because we deliver good products that work. Our products are vegan, they're natural, they're paraben free, and they're made right here in the USA. In Dallas, Texas, I have a Black female chemist who I work with on creating these amazing stellar products. She's been a chemist for over 18 years. I go out to Dallas when I go do my shoots with Jay Bolin. I go into the lab, we work, we come up with stuff. And so, really, when you talk about a product where the owner is also very, the creator owner is very involved, you've got a Black female chemist who understands our skin, and we're bringing all of this creativity coupled with her education together. We've just literally created magic. It has been amazing. I have an 83% return customer rate because once you start using the product, you're going to want to come back.
That's phenomenal. That, customer retention, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a really big deal. How well
Mhm.
does marketing play in your customer retention, in addition to obviously the quality of the product as well?
So marketing wise, I do a lot of posting and lives on social media, and I think too the marketing aspect of it that has really hit and kind of been able to hone in onto what people feel about the brand is because they've seen me do it from the ground up. They've seen me. They've been involved with seeing me packing orders, choosing. I share, hey, think I'm gonna choose these envelopes. Let's go back to the beginning. Choose these envelopes to ship in. Choose these boxes. What y'all think? Y'all like these? Like they have been a part of the process from the beginning. So they've literally seen me grow from, shipping 30 products or 100 products to now shipping thousands and thousands of products.
Wow. And I think that's really cool too, the fact that you take the audience, the customer, consumer on the journey with you, that they've
Yes,
been able
yes.
to see you grow, like
Yeah.
you said, from just your beginnings to where you are now. I think
Yeah.
that actually probably helps, customers feel included in the process as well.
Absolutely does. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And I love my Seventh Avenue Beauty so much, and my goal is to always, deliver product to them, like I said, that works. It's fresh, freshly made. And also I get to share with them the importance of even teaching their children, their young girls, their nieces, their cousins, right? Because my babies, if you go up to their restrooms right now, it look like a spa up there. Okay. They got every product, everything, and they love it. But we do have to take time to teach our children how to take care of our skin. Your
Hmm.
skin is the largest organ on your body, but it's the most neglected. So
Hmm.
I tell people, invest in your skin. You get what you pay for. And I love the fact that we decided for the products to be vegan and natural and paraben free.
Got it. That's a really big deal. That's a really big deal. They're natural,
Yeah.
paraben free. Your children love them as well.
Yeah.
Mel, you talk about skin and how you show up in the world. You do a lot of showing up on social media and on TV. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that you were the first reality TV star to have ownership in a network. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm here for all things Black excellence. I am. I love Black excellence. I just had mimosas with Melody. It was nothing but Black excellence. My fifth mimosas with Melody event, and so Nubian, when that opportunity was presented to me, and I was able to sit down and see where they were, where they're trying to go, and look at the content that they're putting out, making sure that it aligns with my purpose. Right? It was really just a no brainer.
Mhm.
Very easy decision.
Well, where can we find out more about Nubian TV and watch Nubian TV?
Absolutely. So you can go. It's on Fire TV. I think it's also NubianTV.com. We have an Instagram page too, where we're constantly posting new shows that are coming out, new shows, new movies, new programming. And so it's an amazing network that's growing, that I'm enjoying watching grow and being a part of the growth. And I know that, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we'll be like, whoa, we started right here, but look where we are now. So, Daryl, the co-owner, he's super amazing. And we're just all working hard. I'm not new to putting in work and working hard to build. Sometimes people want overnight success. That's not the way. You miss so many things you need to learn on the journey when you move that way. So I love getting.
Good, good. Well, listen, it
Yeah.
sounds like you actually get to take some time off during the holiday. I'm surprised you
Facts.
get any time off, but I'm actually
Facts.
glad to hear you get some time off.
Yes, yes. Look, that's why I'm already there, because I'm like, ooh, when December comes around, yes, I'm gonna be chilling with my babies, hot chocolate, making pretzels. Like, that's a chocolate covered pretzels. That's what we gonna be doing.
I love to hear it. I
Yeah,
love to hear it that you're already looking forward to spending time with your children. I know they're the most important thing to you.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Melody, kudos to you because, like I said, you literally are doing so many things:
Thank
skincare,
you.
cosmetics, fashion, beauty, television. Business courses. You were doing a lot of things and fabulously as well. So it's important to hear the tips you shared with us today about aligning all your business efforts with your purpose, making sure that you are finding prioritization more so than balance as well. Melody, lastly, what are your daily words to live by?
Ooh, daily words to live by. Ooh, don't fake it till you make it. Don't fake it till you make it. Like, I posted about that this morning. Like, be true and honest with where you are. If you're faking it, you fooling yourself, right? And if you're fooling yourself, then you really not getting out here figuring out how to make a better life for yourself, because you fooling yourself. You're also a part of this facade. So don't fake it till you make it. Let it be real.
Let it be real. I think that's
Yeah.
a good gospel song. Actually, Melody, let it be real. If
Yeah.
you do anything you
Yeah.
do, let it be real.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate this convo here. I'm sure our viewers do as well. To those of you watching, be sure to share this episode with family, friends, Alabama A&M alum and
Woo!
students. Share